I said, "You're giving that apartment to your sister." That was how my father greeted me. Not a hello, not a question, a command. He stood in my doorway, arms folded, voice steady, rehearsed, like a man used to being obeyed. I didn't invite him to sit, I just looked at him, waiting. "She's getting married," he continued. "She needs a home. You don't. You've always had more than enough." There it was, that tone, moral superiority wrapped around manipulation. He didn't want a conversation, he wanted submission. I stirred my coffee. "You mean you decided that?" He frowned, like I was a disobedient child. "Don't start, Emma. Be grateful. It's just an apartment. Just an apartment. The place I bought after years of saving, working 2 jobs, surviving on coffee and grit. The first thing that was truly mine. I'm not giving it to her," I said quietly. His eyes narrowed. "You're being selfish. She's been there for me. You haven't." The irony almost made me laugh. Then came the line he thought would end the discussion. "If you can't do something this small for your family, I'll have to rethink what you deserve when I'm gone." He meant the will. He always meant the will. But that time, I didn't panic. I didn't plead. I just reached for the folder sitting on the table. "Then you might want to read this before deciding who actually deserves what." My father wasn't always this man. When Mom was alive, he was softer, gentle even. He used to leave her notes on the fridge, sing off key when he cooked. But after she died, he shifted. Grief turned into control. Love became currency. He favored my sister, Lily, always had. She could do no wrong. When she failed exams, it was bad luck. When I succeeded, it was showing off. I used to envy her, her charm, her ease, the way she could twist a lie into something sweet enough to swallow. But envy fades once you see the truth. It started with small things. Mom's jewelry missing. Bills in my name I didn't remember signing. And then, one night, Dad asked casually if I'd taken money from his business account. That's when I knew. Lily had access. To everything. Dad's company, his passwords, his trust. And she was using all 3. I didn't confront her. I waited. I watched. I followed the digital trail. Transfers, withdrawals, accounts under shell names. Her name showed up where it shouldn't, buried deep in transactions linked to Dad's firm. She was smart but careless, and arrogance always leaves fingerprints. So I gathered them, quietly, methodically. Bank statements, email logs, copies of falsified authorization letters she'd signed using Dad's signature. I remember the night I decided what to do. I sat at my kitchen table, surrounded by papers, the city lights cutting through the window. And I realized something. Revenge doesn't always need fire. Sometimes it only needs a pen. When the apartment was finalized, I put it under my name alone. I knew the call from Dad would come. He couldn't stand the idea of me owning something without his blessing. And when it did, I was ready. Now, as he flipped through the documents, his face shifted. Confusion, disbelief, fear. "These are lies," he said. "Someone's framing her." "No," I said softly. "She framed you." He blinked, scanning another page. Wire transfers from his company's account to hers. Forged authorization letters. Proof that his perfect daughter had been bleeding him dry for months. "You think I didn't notice when the company funds started disappearing?" I asked. "I traced every dollar. It led straight to her. Using your name." He sank into a chair, the fight leaving his shoulders. "I don't believe it," he whispered. "You don't have to," I said. "The investigators will." I let that sink in. He looked at me like he was seeing me for the first time. Maybe he was. By the time Lily found out, it was too late. She called me, hysterical, begging me to fix this. I didn't answer, because I didn't need to fix anything. I'd only revealed what she built. Dad tried to cover it up at first, but the damage was done. The company's board got involved. Her name was already on the audit. The same board that once adored her turned cold overnight. The last time I saw him, he was quieter, smaller. He didn't apologize. Men like him rarely do. But his eyes said what his pride wouldn't. Now the apartment is mine, paid in full, spotless, silent. Sometimes I sit by the window, coffee in hand, watching the city move below. I think of the way he said, "She deserves it more than you." And he was right. She did deserve it. The exposure, the disgrace, the lesson written in her own signature. My revenge wasn't about taking anything. It was about giving. Giving them the truth they'd both earned. And the truth, as I learned, is the most expensive gift you can hand to people who built their lives on lies.